Morning, everybody. Shedman here. Love, live, laugh, simply.com. Taking my morning stroll here. Beautiful day here again in Southern California. I wanted to talk a little bit about, frugality versus cheap. And I know there can sometimes be a gray area there, but when I'm talking about being frugal, it just means to be more conscientious about your buying habits. I talked about this a little bit at the swap meet video, how it was kind of a game I play to see how many times I can walk by an item that I know I want and not buy it. So that to me is conscientious buying. A lot of people describe it that way, of just being a smarter purchaser. I was watching a video this morning. It was kind of interesting about this lady was telling stories about how, especially in North America, we've become such consumers of stuff. And she showed pictures of like apartments from the 1940s and 50s, like really classy, cool apartments, and how minimal they were and how kind of sparse they were in their furnishings and belongings and the stuff on the shelf and everything. And this was just kind of your typical home. And then with the advent of digital technology, and we could produce stuff quicker, faster, cheaper, and not care about the planet, and using the materials and just make it, consume it. That kind of all started this whole gotta have it attitude. Because we could get to the product because it was cheaper. Before that time, things were expensive, and only the wealthy could afford the car or the TV or the VCR. But now, more consumers, lower price, more consumerism. It's just a weird, evil cycle that we're in. And it's kind of a wake-up call, at least it was for me. It's like, holy crap. How much stuff do I got to put in my closet? This was an interesting point. How many of you actually have a storage container for stuff that you go visit once a year, but you gladly pay that $200-300 check to that storage company to keep an eye on the shit that you don't even need? I did that. I have one storage container left I'm trying to get rid of. It's hard, and I understand that. I know that now. But believe me, peeps, it's so refreshing to dump that shit and to shed it. Whatever it is, just chip away at it. One little piece at a time, whether it's, eat right, keep yourself healthy. We forget to do that because we got all this other stuff we got to worry about during the day. It's all chaos. It's all rattling around in our heads. And how are we supposed to keep a clean thought? How are we supposed to find direction in life? How are we supposed to be devoted to our spouse and our kids when we got all this other shit we're worried about? That's part of the problem. It's kind of cool. People ask Michelangelo, we all know who Michelangelo is, how were you able to carve such a beautiful sculpture, David? And he said, all you have to do is chip away at it. He's there. I just had to keep chipping until David was there. It's kind of a cool little thing for a grand artist like that to say, is anybody can shape anything. They just got to chip away at it. And I hope you guys do that too. I'm not trying to force you or beg you or coerce you to be a minimalist. That's an extreme. I understand that. I'm just trying to find a simpler way to walk through life so it doesn't drive us all crazy. And we can make some friends and loved ones along the way, and make some kids and teach them some moral values that have nothing to do with religion or politics. It's just being a good planetarian, if that's a correct term. I don't know. Life's too short to keep fucking this up. And we do it to ourselves. We're the ones who do it to ourselves. Gotta look in the mirror, guys. Look in the mirror. Take a little bit of inventory. See what's working and what's not. And what's not working, dump it. Shed it. All right, Shedman out. Take care, peeps.